3 a.m. came way too early. I'll start my breakfast here, which is just oats. I'm going to put cold water in because hot food takes a long time, as well as it's hot all the time here. The hot food gets a little bit much. And so, cold oats it is. You should try them sometime. They're delicious. Well, good morning. We're all got everything tore down, ready to pack it up. Pretty quiet night, except for gusts of wind. I'm really glad that I didn't camp on the ridge. This wind's cold. I'm in my puffy now. It's 52 degrees, but the wind is chilly. And I'm glad that these ants went to bed, because they would have been a problem if they would have found me just a couple feet away. Anyway, I got 9.3 to the next water, and then it's another 11 miles to the next water after that. So that just puts me in a pickle over and over. I don't have the knees to do a 20 right now. I still need another week probably, but let's get at it. Second good morning here, and we've got a little bit of a crisis. Good thing that we live or that we're in Arizona, and it's not going to rain. I mean, well, it'll rain in a couple days. But my quilt, I usually keep in this Nylofume bag, along with my sleep clothes, things that need to stay dry. My blue one, I usually have two of them. My blue one a couple days ago, and then just this morning, this one blew. A big problem here is that I keep it in the lower end of my pack, and all my pack sweat runs down. I mean, it runs down my ass and everything. It gets soaked back there. And so the lower end of my pack will actually take on some of that water. So I'm going to have to get creative. And it's just one more thing to be flexible about. That's how it works. I think I'll wrap it in my tie bag. It's probably the best way to go. Dirty ass tie bag. But, well, that tie bag, get yourself some. That stuff is great. Anyway, I just wanted to share this folly. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's nothing to cry about, I suppose. And I'll have more on the way. Probably get it about Mormon Lake once I get it sent to me. Okay, I was being a little too private. You know, I gotta share everything with you here. So, men, including women, when they camp alone, they'll often just, you know, piss right out the back side of their vestibule, or get in their vestibule and take a squat, which is all fine and dandy, and the success rate isn't 100%, but usually it's worth it. Last night I had a little bit of a failure, and well, not only did I get on my tie vac, came under my tie vac, under my tent, in my tent, under my sleeping pad, some got on my quilt. So now, you see, I've got my pissy tie vac that I've been washing with my drinking water, which, you know, I can't use too much. Only got so much. And now I got to wrap my quilt in it. I mean, yesterday I peed myself a little bit getting out of the tent. So I got a little bit pissy drawers and a little bit pissy quilt and a little bit pissy tent. I got a few more days to go. This is just all part of the fun. Just all part of the fun, you know? Nobody will be able to smell me out here anyway. They all smell bad. I can't smell them. So glad I didn't camp up here. It is so windy and cold. I am freezing, I'm running, and I got another at least 500 feet to make on the major part of the climb before it starts climbing slowly, but I'm sure it's gonna be windy and cold up there. So if it slows down, then I'll have to stop and get some warmer clothes on. Definitely the best sunrise to date. That would be Roosevelt Lake. Over by this island, just to the right of it is where I was at the marina. Oh, actually there's the marina, I think. Anyway, beautiful sunrise, and just entered Four Peaks Wilderness. Good news of today is that although the trail is steep, it is not as rocky yet, and we will see how it goes. Okay, well, it's still a little cold, and I'm still hustling. One, because I want to make miles. Two, big reason is I just found a water bottle with a water filter attached to it, which means that somebody lost it, which means that that person, A, has a liter less of carrying capacity, and that can suck. But also, that person doesn't have a water filter. And if you don't have a water filter, you're hosed. I really hope they have some tablets to purify their water otherwise. And I'm kind of hoping it was that couple from Pennsylvania in front of me. That way that there's two people, and at least they'll have one filter between them, and they can share their water capacity and stuff like that. But I can see why they lost it. It's pretty overgrown right here, but the tread is still pretty good, and it's just rolling up and down, so I should be able to hustle. Now, catching these folks is probably a long shot because they are long-legged and fit, and I'm not. But one thing I find out about other people is, well, they move real fast and real easy. They take lots of breaks, they chill out. I spend all day just going with my blinders on. We end up at the same spot. So hopefully I can catch them, and if not, somebody will get a new water filter. And there's another town in 30 miles that they'll be able to buy a new one, so they won't be in too much trouble just for this little stretch here that will make it quite inconvenient for them. Well, today is just gorgeous, starting with the sunrise and all. And the trail was really good because they just rebuilt it after a burn, but it's getting rough again and getting rocky, and there was talk of me doing 20 today, but that's not going to happen. So when I get the water here in a couple miles, I'll rest up and decide how much further I'm going to go.
made it to water. It's a little bit green, a little green stuff floating in it, but it's pretty clear otherwise. Today started out real well, and it finished rough. The overgrown trail has the skin just peeled off my legs, and my feet are killing me. And it's been a real type 2 day, for no real reason. I mean, it's really nice, and I should be enjoying today a little bit more, but I'm not. Type 1 is fun, always fun. Type 2 is, it sucks in the moment, but you'll, in hindsight, it'll be fun. Type 3 means it's never fun, and it'll never be fun in hindsight. So anyway, today's a real type 2 day. I'm gonna filter water and hang out here in the sun because there's no fucking shade either. And I mean, I don't have much left in me. It's only 11 a.m. I don't know, maybe I can get some more steam and hopefully at least just get a couple more miles in and go straight back up a hill. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right, Four Peaks Wilderness can go love itself all the way to the cleaners. This is a great spot to fill up and take a nice break. I had a second wind for a minute, about 1.8 miles until I got here. There's a nice camp spot here. I'm gonna walk a couple miles up the road. I got 20 miles to the cutoff to Payson. Hopefully my bladder doesn't leak on top of my pack because my quilt is not protected, and that could be real bad, and I hope that goes well. Still haven't found the owner of the Sawyer yet, but we're gonna go walk a couple miles, maybe. We'll see how it goes. At the last watering hole, I was presented with the situation of 8 miles of a road walk, and you know, take a few liters of water, or expect a dry camp and carry all the water I can. The road walks here have been just treacherous, way more treacherous than any trail, and so I decided that, you know, I'd carry it for the first few miles, see how the road went, and the road is pretty rough, but if I had carried just 3 liters, I think that I might be down there already. But instead, I just slow charged it till I got to 3.3 miles. It's getting later in the day. The wind is just going. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I need to get camped. I'm gonna sleep in this patch of dirt here. I did see a centipede. Probably one of those scary poisonous ones. I'll try to remember to shake out my shoes in the morning. It was only a couple inches long, but we're in the desert. And we've got deadheads around us and stuff. Not this one here, but the wind's blowing in my face right now, and I don't think it's gonna fall into the wind. Just like this guy right here that fell with the wind. And so that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna get camped up. It's late, and I'm not as bitchy as I was. I had indigestion all morning and was just kind of crummy. I was afraid that I was catching the noro or something, and because I got nauseated a couple times, but it doesn't seem to be any issue. I feel good now. After the watering hole, I think maybe I was just hungry, or electrolytes are weird or something like that. The electrolyte game is big here. It's really important. Anyway, we'll chat again later.
Wow, this morning is
starting out with a bang. I've been confused with some of the logistics about getting into town, things like that. But I'm gonna just stick with plan A and get up to Sunflower, Arizona in 16 miles, and then figure out a way to get 30 miles to Payson so that I can take a nap and a shower. Getting a real late start today. As you can see, it's daylight. It's 6 a.m. I haven't even gotten out of bed. I've got 16 miles to bake, and I'll be okay.
All right, it took me 1 hour to get out of camp exactly from my last entry to putting on my pack, which is a record for me. I wasn't hurrying too crazy, but I was being quick about it. I didn't eat breakfast. Well, I ate breakfast when I started walking in the form of a bar. I'm gonna be real sick of those soon. I'm on quite the road walk, hoofing it, and got weather coming in. Dark clouds. Wind hasn't started blowing that much yet, but it is. It's 47 degrees right now, so when the wind blows, it's colder than that. I can see my breath often. So I got my rain jacket and rain skirt right on standby. If I put that skirt on, you be sure you'll get a picture. Otherwise, happy birthday, Emily. I love you. Really happy that you let me be out here, and that you haven't called me home yet, even though there's a lot of shit going on at home. To make it about me, I think of all the people that have been called home or have had to go home for injury or whatever reason, and it just breaks my heart for other people, because I'm so committed, and that's weird. I normally don't feel that way for other people so much. I guess that's called empathy, huh? And oh, my gaiters are screwy and I got a rock in my shoe. Darn it. I'll stop from that when it gives me a blister or something. I haven't had a blister yet. Anyway, my feet are feeling good, and I'm gonna keep hoofing it. We'll check in later. So I got to thinking, after talking about the folks that have had to leave the trail and how that made me sad. It still makes me sad. I want to cry right now. And my commitment, and that's probably when I should talk about why I'm here and what I'm doing. And well, it's a little bit long, but years ago I got burned out working real jobs, fat alcoholic, drug addict, the whole 9 yards, and real unhealthy. 4 years ago I got sober. Since then I've been trying to rebuild my life, repair the damages and start new, which is really hard. In those 4 years, the last 2 years I haven't even worked. Mental health, physical health is also bad, and I think it was a couple years ago I became diabetic, and I've seen diabetes do a lot of bad things to people, and I decided I wasn't going to go out like that. And that's when hiking got serious for me. I started at 0.7 miles just on a logging road by my house, and I've worked up from there. Over this last year and a half or so, 2 years I guess, I lost 130 pounds. Had a couple of surgeries, gained a little bit of it back. Of course, I'm back on the loss again. But with my newfound physical health, help my mental health start to improve. And while I was on the road to disability, I mean, I was going to be on Social Security at 41. And that's not something that makes anybody proud if they can avoid it. And I think that I can avoid it. And got quite the gap, my work history and all. And I thought that, if I go back to working some retail job, I'm gonna lose it, get fat again, burn out again. And so I try to come up with, what do I want to do? Well, over this time hiking, I've really developed a passion for not only being outdoors. If you know me, I've always been outdoors, but getting other people in the outdoor, taking care of our outdoor, becoming less of a sportsman and more of a conservationist, whatever that is. But it's been quite the developmental process. I don't understand it at times either. And that being said, I decided, I want to be a guide or something. A guide, or just work in the woods. I don't care if I'm a pack mule. Somebody pay me to hike. Maybe even get some of those nice green pants and be an interpretive ranger. Tell school children about cool shit like geology and bugs. I would love that. So my career path idea was to earn my bones on a thru hike. And that being my credentials so I can tell people, employers, that not only do I know how to backpack, I can do it, and I've proven it. And here's a bunch of videos that'll show you my personality and what I can endure. And then on top of that, I intend to go home. Arizona Trail had the great season in the spring, so then I can go home, do some volunteering, maybe with the Forest Service, DNR or something, and get those volunteer hours, because you can't work with those places unless you volunteer first. And so I volunteer with them. I've also, I got another hiker coming. Okay, well, I'm back. Had another hiker to chat with, and try not to be rude. Anyhow, at home right now, I'm volunteering with a gal, and just a gal I met on trail out there that was really fascinated by my backpacking, and she's been hiking, getting weight loss, and so I've been basically training her how to hike. Hell, went camping with her just to get comfortable outside. When I get home, we'll be probably going on a backpacking trip for her first time, and that's going to be really cool. As well as right now on trail, I'm volunteering, getting a lot of volunteer hours with the backcountry crew. And what I do is I just carry around a saw and clippers, and I clip and saw stuff that's in the trail, and it's just stuff that the trail crews don't have to do. And to wrap that all up, take all these volunteer hours and this incredible mental and physical feat, and I've got the clearest career path that I've ever had in my life. I've never seen a career path like this for me. I've never been goal oriented like this. I have to credit a lot to that to my wife. She's very goal oriented, and I've learned a lot from her about how to be goal oriented. I actually got complimented the other day that they don't see a lot of people out here that are here just for their goals and have the grit and tenacity to go through it and follow through, which really makes me feel good. I love my fans here and at home. All 16 of my YouTube subscribers just make my heart melt. But I digress. I'm here very selfishly for myself also, because I want this. I want to do this. It's not to show off. It's not to show anybody but myself and maybe that future employer. I thought I'd even have more to say on this, but we'll retouch it, of course. But all that being said, I'm just committed as it gets. And I gotta say, after the last few days, this last week, the mental game is starting. The mental game is starting hard. I had some mornings where I wake up, I don't want to be here, man. I just want to go home. And that's, mostly just because I don't want to get out of my tent and it's cold. And I'm over 40 and those things don't coincide very well. Ask any of the guys here that are over 40. There's a few of us. But it's a pretty cool way to restart your life. It's a really cool way to have a midlife crisis. There's no Corvettes, no motorcycles here. Just the Chevrolets. And well, we're heading downhill now, so I'm gonna extend the poles and start running and see if I can make some more miles before this rain starts, because I don't want to put on my rain jacket. It gets just as wet inside there. Alright, well, we're coming down the valley here to the Payson area. It's actually not quite the Payson area. I'm going to come out is going to be a 30-mile hitch or something like that to Payson. But I'm going to camp there, do that tomorrow. If the trail stays good like this, I'm going to meet my goal of 4.4 more miles. And which is good because I've only got 1 liter of water, a little less than one, and well, I don't have enough water to camp before then, so I'm gonna have to do it either way. But today that's gonna make I think 16 miles on 3 liters of water, which is really incredible for me. And it really all has to do with, it's mostly downhill, and for the most part the trail and the road was okay, but there were several miles that were awful. And then it's only like, it's between 65 and 80 today, between the sun when it goes behind the clouds and the wind and stuff. And so I'm just not sailing through the water so much. For a reference point, it took me 4.5 liters to go 6 miles the other day in the heat. Let's hope the trail stays good, and we'll see you at Sycamore Creek. Yeah, you remember when I found this guy the other day? Oh, he's been rolling around in my tent and in my pocket for miles and miles. I am so glad that I have it. I'm gonna eat him now. I can finally passively filter water with the bladder. So I can just do it with gravity. That's wonderful. I'm done for the day. Everything's set. I'm ready to get my shoes off and get in the tent. I'm in this little wash here, which isn't that cool because the clouds, you know, every night brings the threat of death, whether it's deadheads or whatever. But I'm at least 15 feet above the stream down there. So I feel pretty good about it. But I'm ready to hunker down and be done.
Well, I got a lot of